Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where we're working together through each of the ABRSM Theory Grades. There are lots of resources available to help you. If you go to my website, if you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets and you can download those in US letter or A4 to accompany each step of this series to help you. You'll find a page there with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and you can also find out about the books that I have available. I've written an exam technique guide, how to take your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's full of tips and techniques on how to best prepare for your exam and also how to make the best use of your time when you're actually working through your exam paper on exam day. So if you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find it all there. If you can like, subscribe and share, that would be fab. And now we're going to look on to the next part of Paper A of the 2018 Grade 2 practice papers. So if you turn with me to page 4, we'll begin with question 3. Now, I'm hoping you've had a go of this. It's much better to have a go. It doesn't matter if you go wrong, you can just rub it out and have another try. And so now we'll work through these together. So we're given a few extra hints here in bold. We're told to write above each note because the intervals we're always counting upwards, so we're writing higher, and we're writing a harmonic interval, which means that they come together one on top of the other like a harmony. A melodic interval comes one after the other like a melody, and so they've really brought that to our attention. However, if you just follow their example and follow the pattern that they've given you, you won't go wrong. We are in F major, so we're always counting up from F, and they've given us this first answer just to get us started, which is very generous. And so there's only one way that you can really perhaps go wrong here. Remember, we're counting in steps, line, space, line, space, line, space, counting in steps up the degrees of the scale. However, you must always remember to count the first note, the given note, as number 1, because we're counting F, G, A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you forget to count this first degree of the scale and you count upwards, you're going to be 1 degree out all the time. If you want to double check against that, what you can do is just sketch out for yourself the letters of the scale, just 1 octave. Doesn't matter about the key signature, your music will deal with that. So there's an octave, and so we can see we've gone from an F to a D above middle C, and we can see that D is a 6th, and so we can just double check against miscounting there. So here we're in the bass clef, but the principle is exactly the same as here, regardless, or whether it's treble clef, we're just starting on a different tonic, a different note F. So we're counting a third, 1, 2, 3, line, space, line, and to double check we've got an F, G, A is the third. So there we go. So we're ready to just crack on with these now. So an octave, of course, is F to F, but we need to make sure we get the right F, not too many octaves apart. So let's count that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is the line. So there we go, there's our octave. Now we're going to need some ledger lines here because we're already high up, so just be careful you don't lose track of your lines and spaces just by counting in steps. So we're counting from a high F in the treble, and we need to count 4. 1 is the line, 2 is the space, 3 is a line, so we need a ledger line, and then 4 is the space sitting on that line. And we've got F, G, A, B, of course it's B flat, and so we know we've done a 4th, so that's correct. Now we're way down in the bass again, we're counting a 7th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All cows eat, and we can see that E is the 7th. That's just a little way of all cows eat grass as the spaces of the bass clef. And now we're back into the treble clef, but we're not so high this time, so we won't need ledger lines, and we're counting a 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. F, G, A, B, C, and we can see that C is a fifth. So there we go, job done. Let's move on to the next one. So we've got some scales here, and this is quite simple so long as you just take things a step at a time. There's usually a number of parts to this. So the first part we need to do is add the correct clef, and then the second thing we need to do is add accidentals to make the scale patterns below. We don't need a key signature, we're using accidentals in place of that. However, we do need to bear in mind what that key signature would be, and then in the minor form we may have some other we will have some other accidentals to add as well. Now, I always suggest that you use the harmonic minor. There is an option for melodic, but I always go for harmonic because it's the same ascending and descending. If you remember, you have to have the key signature of your relative major. Well, E minor is related to G major. You've just got to learn these pairs of keys, and G major has F sharp, so we should have a key signature of F sharps, and then we have to have the raised seventh as well. However, let's just come to that in a moment. We'll first of all add the clef. So we've got to begin and end on an E, and for that to be correct we must be in the treble clef. So let's do that straight away. And now we need to find an F in order to sharpen it. So here's an F. If it says that you're not familiar with this clef, you could just always sketch out E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. It depends what instrument you play. If you're not familiar with this, let's make it as easy as possible. So here's note F. Just be careful, remember you are descending, so you either count backwards or you count from the end upwards. So here's an F, we sharpen that. Remember, the sharp comes before the note, we need to know before we've played it. And then we need to raise the seventh. Now we're descending, so this is the eighth, this is the seventh, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And so the seventh is the D, and that will need to be sharpened as well. If we were asked to use a key signature, the F sharp would be the key signature, and the D sharp, the raised seventh, is always an accidental. However, they're both accidental, so that's that completed. Now in this next one we need to make this into D major. So in order for this to begin and end on D, this must be in the bass clef. And then we need to bear in mind what key signature D major would have. D major would have a key signature of F sharps and C sharps. However, we're not required to put a key signature. We need to add these as accidentals. So D, E, F sharp here. G, A, B, C sharp, D. And then that's completed. It's a major scale, and so once the key signature is in place as accidentals, that's now finished. We have a little bit more work to do in question 5 on our key signatures, and so we're going to have to just keep in mind the related keys for these next ones. So here we need to know which major key signature this is, and we know that A major has a key signature of F sharps, C sharps and G sharps. Now this could be a major or a minor key signature. They want us to know which major in particular this one is. So this is C major. However, there's a key signature here, well, an absence of a key signature. There's no sharps or flats here, but this time they want to know the minor. So here the major, and here it's the relative minor, and we need to know that C major is related to A minor in that they both have no sharps or flats in the key signature. So here we have a B flat. Now that could be F major, however we need to know which minor, and so you need to know that F major is related to D minor. Now here we have a key signature of 2 flats, and we need to know which major key that is. That's B flat major. And here this could be E minor, which is the scale that we did in this previous question, which has F sharps as a key signature. However, we don't want to know the minor, we want to know the major, and so this is G major. There we go. So it's just a bit of revision and learning those pairs of keys. That's the end of that question. I do hope this is helpful to you. I hope it's of benefit to your studies. I also hope that you're enjoying this. I'm certainly enjoying working through it with you. If you can give me a like, that would be really super. And please do subscribe to my channel to keep updated. There's always lots more to come. Please also do visit sharonbill.com and have a browse around all of the resource and information that's available there to help you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.